This is a Pardo 50, which is an interesting boat anyway, but this particular one has got some quite unique options that were specified by the owner. So it's a particularly interesting one to go and take a look at. So we're going to do a full tour on this one. I'm going to take you into every area, and in particular, we're going to show you the little extras that were added, or not little extras, actually some fairly unique things that were added to this to suit the owner of this particular vessel. We'll step on here. It's a drop platform, but in actual fact, there is a tender garage here. This will rise up. There's only a small tender in here at the minute because that's all the owner wanted, but it will take up to about a Williams 285. So pretty decent jet ribbon there if you want it. And then the whole idea of these boats is the fact that it's a walk around. So you can see here and here just how easy it is to navigate, and the whole length of the boat is day space, and that's what a lot of people want. They don't want masses of accommodation. It does have accommodation, and I will show it to you, but what they want is this. They want to come out with their friends, you know, a dozen people at a time, and just have loads of room to stretch out, lie out, dine, do whatever you want. We've got a drone right overhead at the minute. Look, there it goes. I don't know if you can hear it buzzing away in the background. I'm easily impressed, aren't I? So yeah, big sunbathing here over the garage, and then a lovely shaded dining area here. This actually powers away. You can see how it telescopes here and disappears back into here. So when you're out and running, you can have that folded away. When you stop, you can power that out and have plenty of shade over this area. That's excellent. There's a drawer fridge down here, so just extra capacity about the place. And then you've got this outside catering area. So this is things like the hob is out here. The sink is out here. Bins, or bin I should say, there's another one. Fridge is in here. So this is where you do your catering, and again it all speaks to that sort of party theme. You're here, you're chatting to your friends, you're cooking up something to eat. It's not, you know, Sunday roast stuff, it's nice salad, nice picnic on the boat, perfect for that. Now as standard, and this is one of the things that got changed, this is a walkthrough. So this unit here finishes here, and this is here and finishes here, and that walks through. That seat's not there. What this owner wanted was, as you say, quite often there are two couples together boating and they want to all sit across here. So they added an extra seat in here, they added this unit into here, which makes quite a nice little extra area anyway, and that works really well. So you lose that walk through there, but the fact you can walk around it very easily means that that doesn't really matter very much. I think that's actually quite a neat idea. Then there's a fixed hard top here, and the helm is here, and you can see now obviously how those four seats work. These have all got lift bolsters on them, so you can drop these down for sitting, or you can raise them up. There we go, and lean against that. And here's your helm. IPS on this one, so you've got the IPS joystick for docking, and the normal throttles are here, and then steering, of course. Switch gear across here for lighting and all that kind of stuff, and then you've got multifunction displays here, and the Volvo instrumentation and the Fusion stereo, which I can hear very quietly. Hang on, let's turn that right down. There we go. I don't think you'll hear it on the film, but nonetheless, this is interesting. They've put these little steps in. This is because these sometimes get used as super yacht tenders, and you would need a pretty big super yacht for a 50-foot tender, but if you do, that's an easy way on and off. And of course, if you're alongside a dock, that's quite useful as well. Pop-up cleats about the place. I think we'll go right around the deck and then we'll head on inside. Another big sunbathing area, but this is what I mean about walk around. Even up here, there's no rails because the bulwarks are so high, they're right up to, you know, top of your thighs really. You feel very much in this boat. It's a nice safe place. And then seating up here. Lovely. These are these pop-up cleats. You can see a perfect demonstration. One's up, one's down. And then the anchor actually extends out of the bow. You can see it better on the boat next door. So that section there, like a cutout, comes out and up, and then the anchor extends out and drops. So that's how they look on the front. Very neat installation. Okay, we'll head on round this way. Oh, the sun's coming out, that's nice. That's the right boat for a sunny day, isn't it? We'll head back down here. And then this will take us down to the interior. Oh, now, before we go inside, I need to show you this, because as standard, this is a little crew cabin. So this lifts up, and there's steps that go down, which are not in place at the minute. They're there, but they're up, and that would drop you down to a little cabin. However, this owner, firstly, didn't want a crew. Secondly, they have kids on the boat and they wanted to increase the kids' cabin size to make it a bit more of a den, a bit more room for sleeping, and so they've incorporated that, and I will explain to you exactly what I mean. It'll become clearer when we see it. So we'll head down here. There's a door that comes across here, of course. This one here slides, so you can close that off. And this one is entirely open plan. Now, as standard, what you would have is a bulkhead here going across, and that then becomes a separate big forward cabin. This owner wanted it all open plan, so that's what they've got. This TV is on a bracket to bring it out and swing it around so you can watch it from the bed, should you wish to. And that's why we've got our heads over here. This is normally the ensuite to this cabin, but of course with the open plan layout, this just becomes like a day head really. Shower in there as well. All very nice. And then, of course, storage dotted around the place. So drawers in here, for example, the usual kind of thing. Up in behind here as well. There we go. And then over here, this one here is a big wardrobe, more storage. Glasses are in here. And then there's another heads here. So this would normally be the day heads with an ensuite door into this cabin, which is separate, it has a doorway across it. But as I say, you can have bulkhead here, door into here, and keep these as completely separate cabins if you prefer. Owner choice. So heads there, that's a little bit of a smaller one, but there's still a shower. You can see the draining floor there, and a sink in there, and a little mirror wave, like that. But this is intriguing. This cabin here, as we go in, is entirely standard. That's how you would normally get it, except for the fact that it would normally stop here. That would be a bulkhead across there, completely infilled. So imagine where the edge of that bed is. Imagine this wall continues forward. That's what you'd normally get. And then this will be a crew cabin over here. There'd be a loo in there as well. What they have done on this boat, well, you can see for yourself, they've taken this bulkhead out, taken the toilet out. That's those steps up through, so you can still use those. You can tilt those down and extend them. If you wanted to have that as direct access, then you can. But it means that this just vastly increases the size of this cabin. Obviously, also gives you 50% more sleeping because you've got 3 beds instead of 2. And it just makes a great play area for the kids, a great den. And it just suits how this owner uses the boat. I think that's actually a really good idea because, quite frankly, you're never actually going to have a captain on a boat like this, really. It's really an owner-operator sort of size. I suppose some people might. If you had it as a yacht tender, then you might, but then you'd be less interested in the accommodation anyway, if that's the case. So yeah, there's logic to that, and it does make this an absolutely massive space. Fantastic. Okay, let's head on through. We need to go and look at the engines next. There's some nice big open area, this, isn't it? It's not a boat designed to go, okay, we're going to take the family and we're going to disappear for a fortnight. It's the kind of boat you have when you've got your property down in Palma and you've got a boat in the marina and you want to just head out for the day. But if you want to spend a weekend on board, not a problem. There we go. So yeah, there you can see actually here how these units were and how that section's been put in. That's a good idea. And they've even put a little bit of storage in there as well. That's a great job. Okay, let's come right on around and we'll take a trundle down into the engine space, and that's accessed around here. Another fridge here, another fridge over here. You can get the theme for this, can't you? Another one just here. There we go. Oh, sunshade's going up now. Summer has arrived in Palma. Fantastic. Let's open this one up. There we are. It's a telescopic leg on that table, by the way, so you can drop that down if you want to. Also, you can open it up considerably. This is at half its normal size. You can see the hinges here. That leaf folds out, the others do the same. It doubles the size of the table. Of course, then you just swivel it around a little bit. Okay, let's wander down. This is actually a pretty spacious engine room. I've been on bigger boats with smaller engine spaces than this. this is all right. You've got a little bit of reduced height in the centre there because, of course, that's the tender gouge that we saw. But other than that, this is a very workable engine space. These are a pair of Volvo Penta engines. They're IPS 800s and they are 600 horsepower each. And they're giving the boat a top speed of around 35 knots. So cruising therefore mid-20s, 25, 26, 27, somewhere around there, is pretty comfortable. Range figures I don't have. I'm going to guess 200, 250 miles is typical for a boat of this sort of size and style, but by all means check with the dealers to find out for certain. What's interesting with these is they've put the engines further forward in the hull. If we come back here, you can see these jack shafts. So normally the pods are directly behind the engines, or perhaps more appropriately, the engines are directly in front of the pods. So that bit of metal there normally links up to here. They've put these jack shafts in. What that does is bring the engines forward, and what that does is bring the weight further forward, and it improves the weight distribution, because of course the weight is more towards the centre of the boat rather than being right at the back. So that is quite a nice thing to see, actually. It just means they focused a little bit on the sea keeping and the balance of the boat. It's not always the case. Excellent. It's nice and well lit in here. Let's reverse back out a little bit. I can show you a bit more. If we come around here, fuel tanks are here. They are 1,000 litres each. You can see the sight gauge here, so you can see how much fuel's in rather than looking at the gauges. If you want to be absolutely certain, that'll tell you. So there's one there, and there's one there. And I happen to know that this boat uses 120 litres an hour, so we should be able to work out the range using some maths. Let's have a go. There's Smuggler's Blues. Oh, hello. Come back. Yeah. So we want a calculator, which is there. So, okay, 120 litres an hour, and we've got 2,000 litres of fuel. So 2,000 litres of fuel, we can divide that by 120, and that'll give us the hours. It's going to give us 16 hours of running. And we want to knock off 20% reserve. What's going to take us down to about 13 hours. So if we've got 13 hours and we're doing 25 knots, we're going to have about 300 miles of range. There we go. That wasn't far out, was I? Excellent. Maths on AQUAHOLIC. Whatever next. Let's head on up and out. Right. Let's come out of here. Let's close that one back down. There we go. And we'll wander around to the front to finish off. So there we go. I want to say massive thanks to Multivel Yachts. They've got this for sale. They organised this tour. Huge thanks as ever, of course, to you guys for watching it. But let me know what you think of that one, and we'll catch you on one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.